everyone. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I usually get on like a little after 8, but it's a little after 8:30. So, on tonight's episode, we are doing the seam in the wallpaper. This is a new one. So, we're on episode 169. So, you guys know what today it is? It's Juneteenth, which is like 19th, but people call it Juneteenth. It's some kind of weird celebration thing. So, happy Juneteenth, babe.
Thanks.
Are you going to say it back?
Happy Juneteenth.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know why they call it Juneteenth. It's just a weird thing. So, anyway, in 2 days, it's going to be Father's Day. So, get ready for whatever you're going to get for your dad. I already said my father's a happy Father's Day. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys have a dad, wish him a happy Father's Day. Buy something, make something to appreciate your own father. I always wish my father a happy Father's Day every year. But when I was very, very small, I didn't know what it was because I didn't know what Father's Day was. So, but yeah. But, but anyway, so we did not go for a walk today. My husband and I didn't go walking, but we decided to stay in. So, okay, so last night, our washer just started acting creepy, weird in the middle of the cycle. It's supposed to run smoothly, and after that, it would have been done, and we would have gotten our clothes out of the washer so we can put them in a dryer so we can it can very dry and clean clothes and go to bed. So my husband had to go down there to the basement to check out what's going on with it. He is having so much problem with our washer now. We are getting a temporary washer and dryer because something is wrong with it. I don't know why. We got it at the lease rent to own. It's just a couple blocks away, perhaps, and we can just walk to that place. We can drive to that place to check out what's going on. If you have any problems with your appliance, like your washer and dryer or a dishwasher, you guys can give them a phone call. I actually asked that guy this morning if I can get their phone number in case something goes wrong with our dishwasher or washer and dryer, that sort of thing. But yeah, so I finally got their phone number, but I'm not gonna call them right now, but I did save their number. I wrote down their business name, the company, so that way, just in case something goes wrong. Anyway, but yeah, so on tonight's episode, we are doing the seam in the wallpaper. Something to do, apparently, I don't know, some kind of secret thing or whatever, the seam, or I don't know what the seam is about inside the wallpaper. So anyway, those of you who are watching my show, just want to say thank you guys for watching it, for not missing any of my episodes that I've been doing for the whole year. So next year we'll be doing 2 years because we're actually going to celebrate of 2 years of my podcast. So you guys are more than welcome to join my show as I'm doing a special event at the same time as always, maybe a little after 8, perhaps maybe 8 o'clock, or um, a little after 8, maybe like 30 minutes after 8. So are you guys ready for a special event that we can do? We can do any kind of event, doesn't even matter. So I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing to my channel and sharing with everyone who loves paranormal stuff and watching my podcasts. I literally just want to say you are the best listeners and supporters. So we are doing this story called The Seam in the Walls. So are you all brave enough to listen to what the story is telling us and who is telling us? If you have any opinions about it, all you gotta do is leave me a comment down below. So if you have any stories of your own, you're always welcome. If you love reading books about paranormal stuff, I recommend to buy my own novel. And yes, I am a novelist. I am an author of Anya's Ghost Stories Volume 1 and Volume 2, The Return of the Dead. So if you guys love reading ghost stories, I recommend my own story. All you have to do is go on Amazon, type my first and last name, Anya Smith, Anya. My last name is Smith. Just click on that search and my book will appear to you all. So and the price is $13.99 if you guys want that book, if you love reading paranormal stuff. My husband's former third grade teacher, Mr. Epting, loves paranormal stuff. If he's watching the show right now, hello, Epting. If you're watching the show, I am here with my husband.
Please, we're adults now. We call him Jason now.
So,
hi, Jason.
My husband, Chris, is here. If you see my husband, he's right here. If you're watching this show, Jason and Epting, thank you for teaching my husband for whatever he wanted to learn. So, if you love paranormal stuff, all you gotta do is go to Amazon, search, type my first name, Anya Smith, Anya, and my book will appear to you. You can buy it for $13.99. So I just want to say thanks for teaching him everything he knows now. So anyway, you're always welcome to join our podcast. If you wish, you can leave me comments down below. So my husband and I are getting ready to go on trips in a few months. So anyway, I hope you guys are brave enough to give me any comments or any opinions. So anyway, if you have like anything to add, just anyway, let's start a story. Just sit back and relax. Please click like, share, and subscribe to Ghosting with Anya right here on live stream, right here on YouTube. Sorry about my eyes going different directions. It's because I'm tired. I was getting our house cleaned up a bit this morning. So, but yeah, we had a guy who tried to help fix our washer. So, hopefully we'll get the temporary one until we own another. So, until we get the replacement. So, anyway, let's get started on the ghost story. So please click like, share, and subscribe. Give me some hearts and give me all the love that you love all the stories and stuff. So just give me some heart emojis if you love my show. If you want to check out my friend's podcast, it is called Ask Fearless. And yes, that is his real name. He's a good friend of mine and my producer. So if you guys want to check out his stories, his podcast, and whatever he's been doing, so go to YouTube channel, click on search, and type Ask Fearless. And yes, that is my friend. We've been friends since 2022, so he's got a really good stories, good podcast. He's a life coach, and he's a wonderful father and a good friend of mine. So anyway, let's get started on the story. Episode 169, The Seam in the Wallpaper. Mia and Grant thought the house only needed cosmetic work. That phrase later became a family joke they never enjoyed telling. The place stood in Alder Street, in a neighborhood where old homes rose and fell in value according to how much of their past people were willing to strip out and repaint. The wallpaper in the upstairs hall was one of the main reasons Mia wanted it gone immediately. It was floral in the worst possible way, dense, faded, and beginning to peel near every corner. Grant, more practical than sentimental, agreed that removing it would be a good first project before they moved furniture into the second floor. Their daughter Emma, 8 years old and newly fascinated by secret passages because of library books, disliked the upstairs hall intensely and refused to stand near one section of wallpaper by the linen closet. She said there was another room, pretending to be flat. Mia laughed. The first time she stopped laughing when the seam began breathing. Okay, that is the creepiest thing I am reading. I mean, if you think that might be something different in the linen closet, if you think there might be in something there, but do you think there might be a ghost or a missing person, like a little child maybe? Let me know in the comments if you think there might be something living or non-living. Mia probably has no idea. She's only 8 years old or whatever. Or actually their daughter, Emma, she's like 8. And Mia is like my age. So, anyway, if you think this is the freakiest shit, please let me know in the comments down below. Anyway, let's continue on the story. At least that was how she described it later. Not moving in a draft or curling at the edges, but lifting and settling with a rhythm too organic to belong to paper. She noticed it while stripping a section near the baseboard. The glue came away easily, except at one vertical seam, no wider than a finger. The paper there puffed outward gently, then flattened, then puffed again as if air moved from behind it in careful breaths. Grant blamed trapped moisture and went to fetch utility knife. The moment he approached, the movement stopped. When he cut into the seam, the blade hit wood, not where wall studs should have been, but in a hollow paneling layer set a few inches behind the plaster. The sound was wrong enough to halt both of them. Behind the wallpaper was not ordinary wall. It was a narrow boarded over opening. Yeah, this is a little creepy. It might be something in there, but we don't really know what. So we have to figure it out. Who's behind that wall and why is it breathing? So if you have any opinions about it or any questions about it, let me know in the comments. We'll get to the questions as soon as the story is finished. So let me know if you guys have any questions or any opinions about it. You guys can give me like a lot of answers if you wish. Does this make any sense to you all? Just let me know what you think. Anyway, let's continue on the story. They left it alone until morning because even people determined not to believe in eerie houses understand some discoveries deserve to come up and promptly drew a picture of the hall with the behind the wallpaper holding what looked like a lantern. The next day, after prying carefully at the trim, Grant exposed a hidden door, so narrow it looked less like architecture than an apology. It opened onto a cramped passage between walls, running several feet behind the hallway before ending at a brick-over recess. The air inside smelled stale and mineral. With that sealed up, stillness only long hidden places carry on. The floor lay a child-sized shoe, an empty oil lamp, and scratch marks in the dust suggesting pacing. Mia felt cold so suddenly she had to sit down. Emma, watching from the stairs, despite being told not to said quietly, "I told you it was trying not to be alone." Wow. Wow, wow, wow. This is a tragic story, probably, and so freaky and sad. I mean, would you not know what was happening? Would you investigate this? I probably would. My husband, who's sitting right behind me, actually would do the same thing. We all could do the same thing. So, anyway, would you ever want to investigate a place like that? Would you ever want to move into a place like that?
Sure.
I mean, we all could, but yes. So, anyway, My voice can be very scratchy sometimes. Mm. Anyway, let's continue on the story. We are in 20 minutes now. So let's continue on the story. If you have any questions or any opinions or any experience of all these old houses, like creepy, weird hauntings, let me know what you guys think. If you had any experience, let me know in the comments down below. And you're always welcome to join my live stream. And I just want to say happy Juneteenth and happy almost Father's Day to all of you. To all the fathers, happy Father's Day to you all. So, anyway, let's continue on the story. Local records gave shape to what fear had already guessed. The house had once belonged to a physician during a period when families sometimes concealed illnesses for reasons of shame, contagion, fear, or social preservation. Newspaper references were vague, but one mention of a prolonged confinement involving the doctor's youngest daughter appeared in a church bulletin from the 1920s. Mrs. Redding, a neighbor whose family had lived on the street for generations, remembered hearing from her mother that the doctor kept a sick child hidden from visitors upstairs and had a service passage closed off after the girl died. People said he couldn't bear the hallway seeing her door. Mrs. Redding told Mia over the fence that sentence lodged itself in Mia's mind in a way no official record did. It suggested grief not only as sorrow but as architecture. Cover the opening paper over the seam. Make the wall pretend no room was ever there. That is so sad. A child had passed away from some kind of sickness. It's so creepy. I mean, and sad. We don't really know what's going on. I mean, it happened like 100 years ago. Maybe it was like in mid 1920s probably, but you never know. Maybe early. So, if you think this actually happened in real life, let me know in the comments down below. Once they knew the house made less and more sense at the same time, Emma began asking why the girl behind the wall never came out to play. At night, Mia heard tiny sounds from the hidden passage just behind the linen closet, always in patterns, too hesitant to be aggression. Grant, clinging to reason, set up a moisture meter and a camera. The meter showed nothing unusual. The camera, however, captured at 2:14 a.m. a narrow strip of wallpaper lifting outward from the inside, followed by a child's face appearing. Only as a dented outline against the paper before flattening again. The next night, the linen closet door opened by itself, and every folded towel on the lower shelf slid to the floor in neat stacks. Emma, who watched from the doorway, said she wants to know if we still hide people. Neither parent had an answer ready for that. Mia decided against Grant's initial objection that the hidden door should not be sealed again. They cleaned the passage carefully, not out of restoration enthusiasm, but because neglect had begun to feel like complicity. Inside the recess at the end, behind the old brick, they found a tin box containing a ribbon, several children's prayer cards, and one folded page. In the doctor's handwriting, it was not a confession exactly. It was a clinical note written as if precision could protect the writer from feeling patient, restless, keeps asking for the hall, must avoid excitement, doorway to remain closed. There was no name, only the inhumanity of reducing a child to management. Mia sat on the hallway floor and cried in a way that embarrassed her until she stopped caring. Emma climbed into her lap and whispered toward the hidden passage. You can see the hall now. From within the opening came one soft creak, like a floorboard taking weight for the first time in years. That is just so sad when a little kid ended up dead from the from some kind of illness. And come on, guys, if I were that child's mom, if Chris and I were the parents of that little girl from 1920s, we have to make sure she stays safe. We make sure she did not be hidden away from people. I know we shouldn't do that too, but hey, the doctor is supposed to help the child feel better, not to hide her away from people. It's just wrong, man. It's so discriminatory or something like that. I think it's like murder or something. I don't really know. Anyway, I hope you guys know that this is a heartbreaking story of a young baby, or I don't know how old this little girl was, but she's from 1920s. So if you guys have any idea what this might related to, so I hope you guys know what it means. If you guys actually think that it might be related, just leave me a comment down below, and we'll get that going with all the questions and all the answers. So yeah, my skin is very dry. That's why I always put lotion in my skin, especially at night. I can put it on my face, my hands, my legs, my arms, especially like all over my body, but if I choose to. But it just depends. Mostly on my face and my hands and arms. So I hope you guys enjoying this video, and if this makes any sense to you all, leave me a comment down below. We're almost finished here. We are in like 29 minutes. So anyway, let's continue on the story. And sorry about my mic. It does that a lot. I don't know why. I'm so clumsy. So anyway, let's continue on the story. we're nearly done anyway. After that, the atmosphere upstairs changed. The wallpaper seemed never breathed again. Instead, on some mornings, a single object from the hallway would be found just inside the hidden doorway. A hair ribbon, a toy horse, once even one of Emma's library cards. Not stolen, merely shared. Mia and Grant eventually turned the passage into a small reading nook rather than a secret shame, widening the opening slightly and painting it the same soft cream as the wall. Emma instead on placing a little lamp there, though it remained unplugged. Most of the time, one evening she came downstairs and reported matter-of-factly that the girl likes the books about outside. No one challenged the statement. Some houses stop haunting once the light in their walls is removed. Others remain inhabited, but differently, less like prisons, more like acknowledgments. Years later, when visitors complimented the charming little wall nook upstairs, Mia would only smile and say the house had been eager to reveal itself properly. She never told most of them about the seam, or the passage, or the clinical note hidden in the tin box. But she did keep that note framed privately inside the hall closet, not to honor the doctor, but to remember how easily care can become cruelty when hidden behind authority and wallpaper. Emma grew up unafraid of the nook. Sometimes she still left a ribbon or flower there. In passing, no one ever saw the child fully. No one needed to. The house had already admitted what it tried to flatten, and that was enough to change everything. Wow. This child is not afraid to be anywhere near that passage and that little weird room or something. But it's so sad that a young child had passed away because that the doctor somehow either diagnosed her or whatever the doctor did. So maybe he killed her because he didn't want to get sick from her either. Perhaps maybe it was a plague or some kind of fluenza. I don't really know. So now that the story is done, we are going to the questions. Does this story make any sense to you all?
Yes.
Agreed, but also asking the audience too.
Cool.
They thought I was talking to you, huh?
Yes.
Well, like I said, you guys, does this story makes any sense to you all, guys? But I hope it does make any sense to myself and to my co-host here, my husband. He thought I was talking to him, even though he's listening my voice. Literally, he loves to listen to my voice, my stories, apparently. So, let me know if you guys are brave enough to give me any stories. Like, if you have any paranormal experience at any time. So anyway, let's get started on the questions. If you have any questions or answers, just leave me a comment down below. You guys are always welcome. And also welcome to join, like literally join my stream and we can, do some talking or whatever. Like, you guys can literally click the notification bells if you have a lot of, opinions, any comments. You're always welcome. Just, All right. Anyway, let's get started on the questions. We're almost done here. So, anyway, just let me know what you guys think. Would you have opened the hidden doorway after finding the seam? Yes. If I ever found the seam in our own house, like somewhere in our house, a passage from many centuries ago, I would definitely keep it open. I would definitely investigate it. I would definitely try to see if we can turn that hidden room with something new. I mean, literally. Do we have any passages in our house?
I don't think so.
What about our old place?
I don't know.
Well, there's a small little closet in the living room.
Yeah, but that doesn't go anywhere.
True. It's just a closet for some
Yeah.
shit. Anyway, but I would definitely do that. Now I'm asking the audience, which is you guys. Would you ever keep the passenger doorway open, especially to the spirit world? Would you ever do that? I think this child is pretty much end up dead. In the 1920s, like 100 years ago, we don't know how old this little child was, but I would definitely keep the doorway open. I would not neglect her. I would bring something for her if she felt sick or whatever, or something like that. If I were from 1920s, I would literally make sure that the doorway's open so the child can have some fresh air. If she, like saying it, if she's in a hospital somewhere, I probably would keep the door open. I mean, literally. But she's a ghost. She passed away in the early to mid 20s or something like that. I would definitely open it. So anyway, let's go to number 2. I don't have any words for that, but I would definitely continue exploring the place and investigate it. Talk to some ghosts, maybe to a child, to find out how did she really pass away? Who did this to her, probably? How did she die? That sort of way. What unsettled you most? The breathing wallpaper, the passage, or the note? That is a great question, you guys. It's kind of hard a little bit, but I think that it's obviously the breathing. I think it's definitely the breathing, not just the passage, like the passage door or the notes. I think it's all of that. And I think it's maybe the breathing. What do you think, babe?
Probably the breathing.
The spirit, like from the other side?
Yes.
The child was somehow maybe suffocated or whatever. Maybe she was getting worse. Maybe she died from typhoid. I mean, a lot of people die from typhoid. Back in the 1700s, they actually did die from typhoid. It's like a plague or whatever. well, you never know. Like COVID, sort of. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people die from shit like that. But I think it's the breathing. I would try my best to figure out how to help this kid. All right, let's go to number 3. We're almost done here. We have 7 questions left because we're in number 3 now. Do you think the child behind the wall wanted freedom, friendship, or acknowledgement? I think she wanted both. She wanted freedom and acknowledgement, not just friendship. Well, she would want to befriend the living if she saw this living, like, say, an 8-year-old named Emma. If Emma was somehow psychic and she was drawn to this passage doorway somewhere in the house, like on the 2nd floor, she would like try to figure out how to help this kid. She wanted this dead child, and she would try to figure out a way to tell her parents how to help her. This little girl wanted actually acknowledgement. What she actually did, and she still does, all she wanted is to be set free so she can move on into the afterlife with, I don't know, her mom, her dad. This child was probably same age as Emma in the modern world. So what do you guys think? Do you think this little girl needed freedom, friendship, or acknowledgement? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below if you think this child wanted freedom or friendship or acknowledgement. Let's go to number 4. Why are concealed rooms so effective in ghost stories? The reason why they're concealed is probably because no one dares to talk about the hauntings and the dying child from 1920s, a spirit of an 8-year-old probably. So this child could have been 8 years old, and she was trying to find freedom. I mean, she was trying to get her freedom. She was trying to have someone acknowledge her. Like, she was trying to get someone to notice her, to remember her. And that is exactly what these people should have done when she was alive. They should have gave her some attention, given her some medicine so she can feel better, so she can live, especially grow up to be something she wanted to be when she was young. She wanted to live to tell the tales, probably. But this child has passed on, never had a chance to grow up. So she stayed as a ghost, and she was hidden in some passage doorway and was left alone for dead. That's killer thing. The doctor did the bad thing by ignoring her, not attending her wounds or whatever, or making her any medications, giving her meds, and help her feel better. The doctor somehow neglected her, kept her hidden from people, kept her away from the outside world. No wonder why the child died from neglection and from suffocation. The doctor is a bad man, so perhaps maybe it was her own father. But do you guys think that this little girl was trying to get someone attention to free her from her prison, which is the passageway in the upstairs room or whatever it was? Let me know in the comments if you think it's very effective. And yes, for me, I think it's definitely effective. And it's a tragic. It's so unfair. Like when someone is sick and you don't know what to do, how to help this child, would you ever figure out a way to help her? Like, say, if you're sick, would you want someone to give you attention and give you some meds and stay by your side until the illness is fully gone? I probably would. Yes. Even my husband was staying beside me when I was in the hospital. Like a couple of years ago, I got home from our vacation and I started feeling very sick a week after we came back from Kansas City. It was October, and a week later, like, okay, so 2 years ago in October, we went for vacation for a couple of days. We went to get some dinner. We explored the town. We stayed at the hotel and, just hung out. So a week later, I was eating nothing but healthy food, like salads, nothing with carbs, and the next thing I started feeling sick. I ended up vomiting. I felt like I was dying. So my husband called Fearless and they called the hospital. And the paramedics came and took me to the emergency room. So I stayed at the emergency room, like the intensive care or something. And they were observing me, perhaps, like trying to figure out what was making me sick. And we all found out that the only thing that makes me very sick is the pump. It's called the Omnipod. And before I was on the pump, it's like a medical device thing you use to give yourself some insulin, which is medication stuff. I literally I used the Omnipods, and sooner or later it started becoming empty, and this is what made me sick. So I no longer use the pods, which is the Omnipod. I don't like to use the pumps anymore because they no longer work for me. So I went back to using injections. That's what keeps me from vomiting. So, but this is what happened to this little girl. She was sick and they didn't give her any meds. So they just left her for dead, just like that. It is a horrible thing to do to a child, knowing that she was supposed to get better, but the doctor decided just to hide her from a lot of people. That's called murder and neglect. Literally. So, and, well, everyone at the hospital actually was watching over me and making sure I got medication. And my husband was there right beside me. He went home and then he had to go to sleep without me because he was so sad that I was gonna, I don't know, stay in the hospital forever. My cat was sad that I was not gonna make it, but I survived. I'm okay. I'm still using medication. I am very sick, but not the kind of sickness that this little girl in this story was sick with. Like typhoid, maybe. I never had it. What I do if you guys want to know what I really have, I'm type 1 diabetic. I was born with it. I never knew how sick I was until I turned 17. I was in 10th grade in high school. So I went to the doctor and he diagnosed me with type 1 diabetes. My jaw dropped. My mom's jaw dropped. She was surprised and shocked, and she recognized it. So we went straight to the hospital. I was admitted for a few days until I got better. So they taught me how to use my injections and how to check my blood sugars, how to watch what I'm eating, all my portions and healthy stuff. So I decided to change my life. It literally changed me the day I found out about it. So this little girl needs to be watched over. If I go back in time, I would definitely watch over this little girl. I would protect her no matter what. I will give her some meds. I watch a lot of Grey's Anatomy. Well, I've seen a lot of Grey's Anatomy. Anyway, let's go to number 5. We have 5 questions before I sign off and get ready for tomorrow night. So tomorrow we'll be doing episode 170. I hope you're all ready for it. We are in 52 minutes now. Was Mia right not to seal the opening again? Yes. If Mia knew about the passage right away, she would leave the door open. She would literally help this dead little girl find a way out and let her find peace or whatever. Let the dead child play with her living child or whatever. But I think Mia did the right thing. Do you guys think that Mia did the right thing by helping this little girl find a way out, reunite with her mom and dad in heaven? Let me know in the comments if you think she did the right thing. We're almost done here. Let's go to number 6. How is this haunting connected to secrecy rather than death alone? Well, I think this haunting is connected to some kind of memories. It's a history. Back in 1920s, a lot of people got sick from some kind of illness like Black Plague or whatever, or I don't know, died from influenza, yellow fever. A lot of people actually did die from this shit. But the doctors tried everything, but nothing worked, and they just were left for dead. What do you think?
They're probably left for dead.
It happened in 1920s. They tried everything, but nothing worked.
Yes.
So people were left for dead. They burned their bodies somehow, just like in hundreds and hundreds of years in the past. That actually happened. There was a plague going on in the 1500s or 1400s or whatever. The bodies were burned somehow. The spirits were released, but the doctors couldn't get the medicine right. So people died just like that. All right. Let's go to number 7. Do you think Emma understood the child better than the adults did?
Yes.
Yes. If Emma knew that she could see spirits and talk to them, if she could understand what the spirits were trying to tell them and show them how they were dead, Emma would have been a psychic medium from the start, but she just didn't know it. until she told her mom that she saw a child and she wanted the passage doorway to be unsealed so this little girl would be released and reunited with her parents in death. I mean, she is dead, but this little girl somehow got separated from death. So the doctor somehow just decided to leave this child for dead, and he thinks he did the right thing, but I think he did the wrong thing. No wonder why this girl was so scared. She was like banging on the door, scratching, breathing heavily until she lost consciousness. So this is how she died, because of her illness. So the doctor did the bad thing, so no wonder why. He tried everything to help this kid, but nothing worked except hiding her from upstairs from a lot of people. But Emma, she understood everything, which means that would make Emma a psychic medium, a ghost whisperer or something like that. Anyway, let's go to number 8. Can revealing hidden cruelty change the spirit of a house? Yes, of course it can. I mean, a lot of haunting spirits can do whatever they can. I mean, if you see something, if you're afraid of something, tell someone about it. If you're brave enough to investigate it, it's your choice. Be brave enough, and you can do anything if you set your mind to it, especially with the ghosts. But spirits can be very scared of people sometimes, like the living. Some can be very angry and sad and, I don't know, be something. I don't know what the spirits are doing, but yes, of course, the revealing hidden cruelty can change it. It's the truth. It's the memories. They're letting the living watch what they see, watch what happened in the past, and they can change it. All right, we have 2 questions left before I sign off, and we're in 58 minutes. Would you have turned the passage into a reading nook?
Yes.
Well, yeah, of course. We don't have a library in our own house, but we actually have bookshelves in our living room. That's mostly kind of like a reading room, but it's just a living room. So we go to library. My friends and I go to library usually every day, but sometimes we don't. But we literally would like to read our books, maybe in our bedroom or getting cleaned up while reading, or we just go to the library just a few blocks away from our house. Or you can just do it outside. You can actually go reading your books anywhere. But this little girl decided to turn the passage room to her reading room. That's actually a good idea. So anyway, okay, we are on the last question before I sign off. If a house exposed the truth through its walls, would you listen?
Yes.
Of course we would. Yes, we would. We definitely would. But the spirit was just trying to show Emma what really happened. This little girl was trying to tell everyone the truth, what really happened to her, how she was suffocated, how she died from an illness, and who did this to her. She wanted justice. She wanted freedom. She wanted to be friends with someone. Also wanted to be acknowledged. So I say I would definitely listen. Okay, guys, it's been 1 hour now, so thank you guys for listening and watching this video. We're out of time, so the next story we'll be doing is called The Violin Case in the Attic. This is our new story by tomorrow, episode 170. So thank you for listening, and thank you for being so supportive. And we'll see you all tomorrow night, 8 p.m., or maybe a little after 8. So thank you for just being here. And please click like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you all tomorrow night on the next episode of Ghosting with Anya. Good night, stay safe, and happy Juneteenth, and happy Father's Day to you all. And we'll see you all tomorrow night. Thank you, guys. Good night. God bless. And we'll see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Bye.